We are live on KEXP. We're broadcasting on 90.3 FM in Seattle, 92.7 in the Bay Area, and streaming worldwide on KEXP.org and the KEXP mobile apps. I'm DJ Jewel, host of Astral Plane, and I want to give a special thank you to everyone who donates and supports KEXP and make sure that sessions like this can happen. We really can't do it without you, so if you want to donate, go to KEXP.org to find out more. I'm super stoked to be in here in the studio today with the mystery lights. Hi, everyone. Hi. All right, well, let it rip. Let's go.
'cause your memory didn't die. Doesn't mean I didn't try. There's just too many names running through my head, and I just took them off inside. I didn't mean to be rude, give you attitude. There's just too many names running through my head, too many things going through my head, and I just turn them off instead. Little sorry, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry. Sorry I forgot your name. It seems you and I don't see eye to eye, 'cause you take offense, you don't understand that I truly did try. I didn't mean to be rude or give you attitude. There's just too many names running through my head, too many things going through my head, and I just turn them off instead. hanging with the gods, and they welcomed me home, and they showed me the way. When I thought you couldn't say, would I return again? At the edge of a bed, in a sea of light, a voice softly whispers, there's no coming back. Or did my mind finally slip through a cerebral crack? Search continues on. The search continues on. How would you even know if you lost your mind? Is it even something that's possible to find? As soon as you think you found the bound, it's your turn and it's gone. Really, how would you know if you lost your mind? How would you even know if you lost your mind? Is it even something that's possible to find? When I heard the voice whisper, there's no coming back, I feel my mind finally slip through a cerebral crack. Search continues on, and the search continues on. How would you even know if you lost your mind? Is it even something that's possible to find? As soon as you think you found the bound, it's your turn and it's gone. Really, how would you know? Hello? 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 If you lost your mind.
We are live on KEXP with the Mystery Lights. Thank you guys so much. It's an amazing set.
Thank you.
So we heard Memories, Purgatory, Trouble, Sorry I Forgot Your Name, Can't Sleep Through the Silence, and my favorite, Cerebral Crack, all off their new record, Purgatory, which is definitely gracing my top 10 of 2024. It's so good. I actually, I had it on in the practice space before band practice the other day, and one of my bandmates walked in, he's like, which Nuggets compilation is this? Because it's like every song on that is like a banger. So yeah, thanks all for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, Mike, my fellow jumpsuit aficionado, do you want to introduce the rest of your band?
Yeah, this is Luis Alfonso Solano. We call him LA. We have Lily Rogers on the keys, Alex Amini on the bass, Zach Butler on the drums, and then I'm Mike Brandon on the guitar and vocals.
Amazing. Thank you guys all for being here. So let's talk about Purgatory, because it's such a great album. I think one of the things that really jumps out to me is you have a very lived-in, like, garage rock psych sound that you started to kind of branch out of a little bit. Like, we heard kind of a country song earlier in the set. And tell me more about, like, what was leading to, like, branching out of your kind of garage rock bubble.
Yeah, the fact that we got put into the garage rock bubble in the first place, it was never the intention. We love country, we love hip hop, rock and roll, punk. It's all kind of the music we listen to. So inevitably, it's going to seep into when we create music. All the inspiration's kind of in the melting pot, you know.
Yeah, speaking of, so there's obviously, like I said, it like sounds like a Nuggets comp. It's very, like, there's a lot of 60s vibes. How do you balance out, like, all of those 60s influences that you have with trying to keep something that's just, like, sounds fresh, sounds modern?
Yeah, I think it's just, I think every single person, even if they're inspired by a specific thing and they're trying to do something, they are going to be uniquely themselves. So when they go to write music, their inspirations are going to flood into that, but it's not going to, it's going to be coming from a different place, you know, a different perspective. So I think that's probably what happens with us, I think, maybe. I don't know. I mean, yeah, we grew up on all those 60s Nuggets comps, of course, and love that old sound, the old style, and the approach to recording and everything.
For sure. Yeah, speaking about your approach to recording, did you do anything different this time, or, like, what was your studio time like?
The first two records we did at Daptone in Brooklyn, and this last one we did at Wayne Gordon, who produced the first two records. He built his own studio out in California, in LA, and it was like a mix of analog and digital this time, but the same sort of approach as the first two. And I think a lot of the kind of aesthetic choices come from, like, soul music, and even, like, hip hop, and obviously, like, the 70s and 60s psychedelic music. But I think, like, this record was a combination of, like, a lot of our, just us trying to put together all of our influences into one record. So
Very cool. So it was a return to the West Coast for you for this recording.
yeah, it was nice.
Because you guys were originally from Salinas, right? And now you're in New York. Tell me, like, what is that transition from, like, how have you maintained your West Coast roots, and how has New York seeped into what you do now?
Yeah, I mean, we've always been a huge fan of New York punk, Velvet Underground, Television, Richard Hell, all that stuff. So we've always been inspired by that. But yeah, growing up in the West Coast, Northern California, you know, we grew up on Country Joe and the Fish and all that Great Society. And also, you know, we come out of a punk scene in Salinas. So, you know, our roots are punk, like Johnny Thunders and, you know, all the Misfits and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, when we moved out there, it was cool to kind of be in the midst of all the music we grew up loving, being there and kind of understanding it a little more. And we got a chance to meet a lot of our heroes from the, you know, 70s punk bands that we love, Richard Hell and all of them, you know.
So cool. So the new record, Purgatory, tell me, when you think about the record as a whole, do you think for the listeners there's an ideal state of mind or setting or activity to be doing while listening to the record?
For this record, it's funny because you definitely need two working speakers because it's mixed heavily stereo. Wayne Gordon approached it. He wanted the mix to sound psychedelic without the psychedelics. So definitely have a left and a right speaker for sure. And I think it's best listened to on vinyl for sure. Definitely. They did something, the way they pressed it, it sounds nastier and it has more of a grit to it. And I don't know, light a couple candles or something, maybe.
Oh, yeah, no sharing earbuds on this one. You gotta listen to it both sides. Great. So you guys, one thing I've always really loved about you, I've been a huge fan since the first album. I've seen you a handful of times, and your stage energy is just off the charts. It's so much. One thing that I've been asking as a performer, performer to performer, what kinds of things are you eating, drinking, consuming before you hit the stage in order to maintain that level of performance?
I know for Zach and I, because our jobs are pretty physically demanding, we really can't eat before. Maybe a couple bananas and some nuts and Red Bull for us. That's how I do it. The rest of the band, I don't know.
It used to be tequila, but we're all
yeah.
we're on doing a wellness tour.
Well, we
the
say
West
that.
Coast.
We say that, but
So far, first show today.
I saw how fast you guys went through your mezcal bottle when we were in Mexico together. There's no fooling me.
that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, that was the last time I got to see you live was in Mexico, and what a great audience that was for the Monkey Bee Festival. Shout out.
Big shout out.
Shout out to Monkey Bee. Cool. So I have one more question for you. I've been asking all the bands this. I think by the end of this, I will have the best playlist of all time. If aliens made contact with you and they asked you to put together a playlist for them, something for them to bump in the UFO as they're flying around, something that gives them a good perspective on what humanity's capable of, what are you putting on that playlist?
You want to go first?
I'll go first. I'll put Enlightenment by Sun Ra. This is
That's a
my
good
favorite song.
Oh, so good.
They might have made that music. I feel like.
There's going to be so much space jazz on this playlist.
I think a good representation of the of humanity would, lyrically especially, poetically, is Bob Dylan, hands down. And I'd throw on the Monks because they're whacked out and inspired Purgatory big time.
Oh yeah, definitely
For
can
sure.
hear that.
Anybody else? What would you guys throw on?
I think I'd put Tchaikovsky's Fourth Symphony straight up.
Ooh. I think this has been the first classical suggestions.
We
so
got to
far.
introduce them to that.
Yeah.
It's a pretty crazy song. It has the horns of fate. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's sick. Anyone
What
else?
would you put on?
Probably just like an instrumental pedal steel album, like On the Shores of Waikiki, I think is one I listen to a lot just to
That's sick.
zone out.
Do you have a song?
Mason Ramsey. Hank Williams.
That'll do it.
Amazing.
Mason Ramsey for Zach over there.
Yeah, I will share this playlist once I've gotten answers from all the bands I'm interviewing. This is going to be the most epic playlist.
Whoa, yeah.
Cool. Well, thank you guys so much for being here. It was such a delight to
Thanks
have
for
you.
having us.
Thank you.
Thank
you.
you again.
This has been live on KEXP with the Mystery Lights. I'm DJ Joel, host of Astral Plane, and I want to thank you for tuning in. If you want to know when these videos come out, as soon as they come out, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Check out kexp.org to learn more about how to donate, to see our schedule for when shows are happening, and take care.
Discover new music at listener-powered KEXP.org.